Mike Lukas. Mike
Okay,
Lukas.
we'll see who's closer. He'll come in and he'll say who's closer.
I think you probably saw the chat or something. That's why you're feeling. Are you feeling confident because you?
I
saw
feel good, dude.
I
just feel good. I'm a confident Chad. I feel good about it.
Lukas or Mike Lukas. He is coming to us right now. He's got lore, ladies and gentlemen. Time at ESPN. Okay,
crazy.
Operator inside of Homestead. We already know Homestead got bought. Our good friend Zach Stuck, who has not been on the show.
I know.
Zach, why, Zach? I don't know.
What's going on?
Growing Mars men. And Mike was there in the midst of all of that. Now founder and growth marketer at Online Impact. We must bring him in here now. Everybody, welcome to the show, Mike Lukas or Mike Lukas.
Hey guys.
Mike, we appreciate you making the time to join us, brother. First off, you've got to settle this bet between Colin and I. Who is close here?
So it's pronounced Lukasevich.
Oh, sure. I was kind of close.
You were kind of close. Yeah, that's why I go by Lukas, because if you look at the spelling, it's messed up.
Yeah,
Lucas.
Lukasevich. Yeah, if you look at the spelling, it messes you up.
Oh, that does mess me up. That's fair.
This is a great last name though. It's great 100%. Knowledge for me. Lukasevich. Boy, it sounds like you have come from far off in the north and you are ready with your sword to make your way in the world. That's what it sounds like, Mike. And I much respect that. Brother, before we get going, you got to give us a little bit of lore on you. I mean, ESPN, okay?
Whoa.
Homestead, okay.
Whoa.
Now you're doing your thing, Online Impact. Just give us a little lore on Mike, brother.
Yeah, totally. First of all, I want to thank you guys for having me on. What you guys are doing is really cool. It's cool to hear stories. It's cool to learn.
Thank you.
So I want to say thank you. But yeah, so long story short, started at Homestead, was part of their X Games team. So just trying to grow the brand. In that position, I was working with like digital marketing agencies to run ads, to sell tickets, to grow the brand, to increase viewership. Also working with like a lot of affiliate agencies, influencers and stuff to post about X Games and the events. Did that out of college for 2.5, 3 years. I was living in Minneapolis for summer for like 4 or 5 months, then would move to Aspen for like 2 to 3 months. It was exhausting, but it was very fun. As I grew older and wanted to start a family, I needed to settle down somewhere. But also COVID came, so I got laid off. The whole team essentially got laid off. And on the side, the whole time, like when I was seeing these agencies run ads, I'm like, God, this is kind of cool. I started running lead gen ads for my in-laws real estate agents or business. So I was trying to learning that way. And then if you guys know Connor Elaine, head of growth at Homestead, he's a buddy. Grew up down the street. He was running ads, also more so lead gen, but then also joined Homestead. So we're kind of sharing ideas. That's how I joined Homestead. Got laid off, saw what Connor and Zach were doing, joined that force. Was there for 2.5, almost 3 years. And like you said, that was a rocket ship. They grew fast. They had awesome brands joining, and they were like doing really good work. After 2.5 years, I was like, I got to try this thing myself and just like learn and see where it takes me. And Zach's a really good friend. He's like, yeah, you gotta pull this plug and jump ship and try your own thing. So it's been almost 3 years doing my own thing now. And it's just freelance growth marketing. I primarily focus on paid social, paid search, creative strategy, like funnel creation. But brands of all sizes and scopes vary. So it's been very fun.
It's incredible, man.
Wow. I mean, kind of crazy that you just dropped the fact that Connor was right down the street from you. I mean, how does being friends with one of the best media buyers in our industry kind of affect how you are actually, scaling and growing in our industry? Talk to me about what that was like.
Yeah, it's really funny. So before joining this, I'm like trying to think what is cool that I can talk about. And one of my contrarian takes is Appleton, Wisconsin, where I'm from, is D2C's hub in America.
Let's go! Whoa! Let's go!
Appleton,
Wisconsin, baby.
Yeah. You got Connor Elaine, obviously head of growth at Hexclad. You have Cameron Bush, who's the head of advertising at Hexclad, left to be VP of ecom transformation at Meyer, another huge cookware brand or business. You have Kelly Steinmetz, who's a partner at Homestead on the email side. You have Matt Freilich, who was also a Homestead account manager. You have my wife, who's a actual content creator strategist.
Let's go.
You have Zach Stuck, obviously. Like it is, it's crazy. Grant Whiteman, head of creative at Homestead, head of creative at Hype 10. The hub. It's the hub.
That's wild, man. That's wild. Now, okay. Now, tell me this, Mike. Tell me this. Everybody in Appleton, Wisconsin here, was everybody just like somehow, all these ecom, D2C, gremlin were just all already there? Or is this like the Midwestern ethic that's just, hey, we're willing to get in and learn and find our way? I mean, what's the secret sauce?
There must be something in the water, but all of these people, we grew up within 5 minutes of each other. So same high schools are just like crosstown rivals. But I would say majority of these people worked at Homestead. So like that's a key moment in their careers and obviously leveled up there and went on to do their own things. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
That's awesome, man. Tell me this. I would imagine, having been in the game as you have, having worked at ESPN, having been at Homestead, seeing brands scale exceedingly, now with online impact and doing your own thing, I would imagine that you have seen all brands of shapes and sizes.
Yeah.
Is there, Mike, a cookie cutter fit approach that works for everyone? Or, what's your lay of the land? What's your perspective on all this? How do you approach working with everybody?
That's a good question. So I know Mason was on here before, and he has a very similar insights or perspective I have. There is not a one size fits all approach to this. There are multiple ways brands can scale. There are multiple ad account structures. There are multiple products. There are multiple offers. All of that can scale.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, it's encouraging. It's encouraging because sometimes, there are very hardcore one-liner views.
One way to the highway.
I think you've had, you've seen all shapes and sizes. Go ahead, Colin.
Well, I was going to say, you're running paid across multiple channels. You're running paid across Meta, TikTok, Pinterest, all of the above. How do you kind of look through a brand and say, okay, this channel is going to get my first dollar of spend? This is where I'm going to deploy my first dollar for this brand specifically.
Yeah, that's a good question. And I think a lot of brands have that issue is like, where should we be spending? First of all, very few times I think there's great opportunity for channel diversification. Like people see on Twitter about you need to go spend on this channel or TikTok or Pinterest. And you may find wins there, but I think a lot of your dollars probably should be spent on Meta as a primary channel. But the things for consideration is like, where do you want to go in the next year? Where are you capping out at in terms of net new reach or like funnel growth or persona growth or opportunity? And then then you can figure out like where you want to diversify. Is it Meta? Do you still have wins there? Maybe it's TikTok, maybe it's TikTok Shop, maybe it's Pinterest. But ultimately, like if you do make that jump, most brands say, let's see if it works. And they compare it to Meta or other channels. It might just be another piece of the puzzle. It might not provide the same exact value as Meta. So depends on the brand, depends on where they want to go. A lot of what ifs, which goes back to there's not a one size fits all approach.
Yeah. Totally agree.
What trends are you seeing happen right now inside of accounts, funnels, man? What's working now or not working that was a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago that we need to start thinking differently about, or founders should at very least?
Yeah, I think so. I'm really into day-to-day of like media buying, creative strategy, like the funnel creation, landing pages. I think it's preached about creative diversity. So obviously you got to try to like hammer home who you're targeting, why you're targeting them. I think the area of opportunity there is just the tracking and reporting. Most brands miss it. Most brands think they're getting diverse or think they're hitting a new audience, but they are not tracking the reasons why people are clicking on the ads. The landing page diversification, I think, is a huge opportunity too. So like if you're hitting certain persona and they're seeing a general landing page or a general PDP, explore different areas that you can expand there. Other than that, I think the reporting side in general is also missed. So beyond just creative, but like understanding what your core KPIs should be, where you should be scaling, when you should be pulling back from a media buyer standpoint, and also like a head of growth standpoint. There's a lot of like ambiguity in brands that I'm jumping in that needs to be cleared up.
I think that's got to be like crucial to like keeping a client, you know, a lot of times you've got perspective, internal team has different perspective or no perspective at all. And you end up, you know, being two ships that pass in the night. I mean, how do you have that conversation to get on the same page? What's that look like?
Yeah, it should start from the get-go. And I'm sure you guys agree too. Like day one, what are our guardrails? When can we scale? When can we not scale? What's our media mix? If I'm just doing one channel or if I own them all, like we all got to be aligned on the reporting on a day-to-day basis, where we're trying to go and like what we can sacrifice. So hopefully day one, it gets nitty-gritty on, okay, give me the guardrails. Does this actually back out to being profitable? Or are you just using proxy numbers that think, this looks good? We had a $70 CAC before. I think this works.
So, I mean,
a lot of that.
Yeah, you're talking about multiple platforms that you're owning. I mean, which one in 2026 would you say is the most underrated? In 2026, for D2C operators, who is the most underrated and why are they underrated?
I thought Colin was on here. Colin Slattery.
Slattery.
Yeah. Colin Slattery.
Yeah, he's talking about YouTube.
2 days ago. Yeah.
2 days ago. Yep. Talking about YouTube. I think that's a really big opportunity.
Yeah.
So I have to agree with him there. I am not deep in YouTube, but I do really believe in it. From a new visitor percentage standpoint, even from I'm using Northbeam for most of my brands. So 1 day, 30-day click, like really expanding out an incrementality that YouTube can provide long-term. But most people will test it out for 30 days and compare it to Meta or something. So I'm agreeing with him there.
I'm bullish. I'm bullish on YouTube, and shout out Northbeam.
Northbeam. Let's go.
I'm bullish, as Colin said, and as you denoted here. You know, there's so much of that activity now with YouTube that's happening on the biggest screen in the house, which I'm a proponent of. If I can go from watching something on 5 inches to 55 inches or 100 inches, you know, I mean, it makes a difference. It makes a difference. I think the majority of YouTube is happening now on the biggest screen in the house. And, you know, that being underpriced as it is because it's not a click, platform, and there's still being opportunity there. I really agree. I think more of us should be allocating creative and add dollars there, and then using the tools that are available, like Northbeam, to measure the genuine lift and how many people is that driving here. What's the customer journey look like? I think this makes all the sense in the world. It's not it's not 2022 anymore. It's not 2019.
Yeah.
Like we can actually look at the customer journey and what's genuinely hitting people and causing them to come to the website.
Yeah, spot on. I agree. 100% agree.
Tell me this, man. If you had to start a brand, you know, I think the wonderful thing about freelancers, agencies, they have such a brands kind of are like wells, and they're like frogs in a well. They only see what they see. But the good thing is when you touch multiple brands, you see multiple industries, multiple verticals, etc. If you had to start a brand today, 2026, macroeconomic factors as they are, you know, what would you do, Mike? What do you think is like, where do you think there's juice and opportunity right now? What would be exciting for you?
I don't know if this is boring, but supplements. And I had this conversation with a couple of buddies. And I feel like you can do two paths. One, hop on a trend that's like quick money, see if you can like scale it quickly and then leave. Or you do you build a brand. You start slow, you get the ball rolling. It's like a snowball. I think I'd go with supplements. I've seen too many supplement brands that can make it work on a unbelievable CAC and then just keep increasing their LTV. It's got to work. It's got to be a good product. I think I'd go supplement space. I have no idea what the product would be yet, but
I completely agree with this.
Would supplements sell even in Appleton, Wisconsin? I think Wisconsin, I know they like I know Wisconsin people, I think they're the heaviest beer drinkers in all of America. I think that's my understanding. I don't know if I'm right on that, Mike.
Cheese for sure. I think Appleton is top 3 drunkest cities in America. That might.
So maybe they need the supplements, Mike.
Yeah,
they need the
I don't know if
subs.
they're taking many, to be honest. I don't know if they're taking many. But it would definitely have to change how we market it in Wisconsin versus how we market it down in Colorado or California.
Maybe something to take care of the liquid carbs that one is taking.
There you go.
I will say, Texas is a good bit of beverage drinking down here as well. We were in the Rose Bowl 2 years in a row about 2 decades ago, and the Texas fans they finished all of the beer on both sides of the stadium by the time the third quarter came around. So I'm just saying, maybe whatever supplement brand you end up starting, Mike, maybe there's some space. Maybe there's some white space out there. Mike, tell me this, man. We appreciate you making the time to join us, brother. Man, before you get out of here, tell people where to find you, where to follow you, where to talk with you. If they want some of all of that juice and brain trust that you have developed over the years, where do they find you and talk with you, man?
Yeah, Twitter's probably the best. Mike Lukas. Try spelling that one. Otherwise, a quick shout out to Foxwell Founders. I'm part of that group, and I do free audits for brands as part of like the service. So if you join that group, again, I have no affiliation other than trying to help brands out. Free audits, I can take a peek at your ad account and give you some insights and kind of next steps. So that's also another really good option. But yeah, incredible. Twitter for the most part.
Love Foxwell and love that group. Incredible, man. We appreciate you making the time to join us. We look forward to having you back, brother. Thank you, man.
Cool. Thanks, you guys. Keep killing it.
Awesome. I don't. We got to clap Mike out. Is Jack? There we go.